Well, hi Pisces, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So, one more shuffle. So Pisces, they don't want to shuffle. Not till they feel right. Come on, Pisces. There they go. Okay, let's find out. What can you expect coming up in your life? Ooh, whole new life cycle for Pisces. Okay, Pisces. The overall energy of this reading is a Four of Cups. There's an offer coming towards you. You're not going to take a very hard look at, or you're going to need time to think about it. I need to read this reading and find out why you're kind of, you're not reaching out for that offer, okay? Let's read on. Up here in your highest energy, the World. Yeah, you're entering a new life cycle. It's right next to the Eight of Pentacles. This is something you've been working on. You've been working on entering this new life cycle. This is something that you've been focused on, you've been building on. So this Eight of Pentacles is right above the Four of Cups. So I'm thinking that you have been like too busy focusing on what you want from life, your own security, your stability. And it's like this offer comes in, and I feel like it's kind of like the timing is a little bit off, or it's something that you feel is not suitable for your new life cycle that you've been working so hard to enter. So next to the Eight of Pentacles is the Devil. This is the card for Capricorn, only because of the horns, okay? The energy of this card is toxic. So there's some kind of toxic energy that you have not been focusing on, because you're focusing on yourself, that has left your life, that's waving goodbye. So you have had this toxic energy in your life, and perhaps this is what's trying to come back in, and you're just not entertaining it whatsoever. Let me read on. I can change my mind about anything as we go in these readings, because one card can really make a difference. And we're only on the first part of this reading. So under the World card, the whole new life cycle that you've been focused on, you've been working on getting into, is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is okay, all cards are male or female. The King of Wands is fire energy. That'd be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. That might be strong in your chart, might be strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. But Pisces, male or female, you're ready to move forward. You're holding on to the staff of fresh beginnings, new starts. Look at your hand is on your hip, right below the World card. It's like, here we go. You are doing it. So that's right next to not paying attention to some of this offer that's trying to come in on you, and you're just like, nah, not entertaining it. On the other side of this offer is the Empress. This is your energy. You have beautiful energy, being the Empress, male or female. If you're a parent, you're an excellent parent. You are loving and kind and thoughtful, considerate, and I can go on and on. You have lots of beautiful qualities as being a human being. But, this is right under the toxic energy. I feel like this toxic energy, it's gone now, okay? This you're not even paying attention to. But I think this is what got you to focus on yourself and want to enter this new life cycle. So becoming yourself again, your full self, your beautiful self. I feel like this toxic energy might be trying to come back in, restart something. It's like being tied to somebody who is tied to something else, which makes this toxic. And so, no, you're not going to have it. You're working, you know what you want, and you're focused. Right under the King of Wands, having that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, ready to take off into your new life cycle, is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is your energy. This is being self-confident, self-assured, grounded, stable, and just being you. by being your single self. Why would you want this toxic energy to come back in, right? And I think that's exactly what's going on. Next to the Nine of Pentacles is the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands, this is a soulmate energy. I feel like this is what you're trying to bring in with you. This devil energy is not a soulmate energy. If it is, it's not this soulmate, okay? This is a divine soulmate energy. This is heaven. There's union between two people here. You're focusing on a real relationship. You're focusing on something that's secure and stable like you are. There's a lot of love in this card and a lot of joy associated with a soulmate. Now, we have the Hangman right next to the Four of Wands, right under the Empress. You become your full self again. You've let the toxic energy go. You really would like a relationship, although you don't have to have one. You are fine on your own, but your dream is to share it with somebody special. And I think you've reached out to the universe. This is a card of enlightenment. See, the head is all lit up in the Hangman. So I look around this card, and so far, it sits right between the Four of Wands and the Empress. So with you becoming your full self, your full confident, self-assured, and grounded self, I think you're going to be allowing this Four of Wands, another soulmate, to enter your life. One that you're not going to reject. Let's take out the second half. We need answers. We need more to this reading. That's why I do two-part readings. I get a lot more from the second part. It helps the reading make sense. Okay. Pisces. Let's find out more about this reading. More about this reading for Pisces, please. Okay. What I have here is a Page of Pentacles up next to the Devil energy here. That toxic energy, where was the pentacle? I think that's what you noticed, is that that toxic energy was not grounded. I think that what you realized was there was no commitment there. There was never going to be a commitment there. And once you realize that, they didn't have a pentacle, because you definitely want pentacles in your life. I think that's when you decided, this isn't serving me. This relationship is not for me. It was heartbreaking. There might have been a third party involved, because now we have the Devil, which is 3 people, and we have 3 swords. So there also might have been a third party. And I think you gave up on that. No, they're never going to commit to me. They're going out with someone else, They're seeing someone else. Why would they, they're not even on the path to commitment. So I think you decided to let it go, as hurtful as it was. I have the Two of Wands here. So this is you, after letting it go, hanging on to a staff, a fresh starts and new beginnings. Same as with the King of Wands. You're entering a new life cycle. I do know that. And I feel like this old energy tries to come back in, but you don't allow it. You don't entertain it whatsoever. In one hand, so you have the staff of fresh starts and new beginnings in one hand, and you have the World in the other hand. The World, which is in your highest energy, in your other hand, that new life cycle. So you're ready, and you're moving forward on your own. That's what you're doing here. You're moving forward on your own. You don't have to have toxic energy in your life. You're much better off without it, and you figure that out. So under this Page of Pentacles, I'm looking at that pentacle, realizing, oh, this is never going to happen. Just like a realization. You're looking at the spilled cups. You got the broken heart. There's 3 spilled cups too. So now there's 3 for a third party. But I call this the card of hope, because there's 2 full cups right behind this figure. So you get very disappointed in love. You feel like your cups are kicked over. And but it's next to the Empress. You do become yourself. You do take control of your life. It's next to the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, I feel like they came in with a sincere love offer in the beginning. I think in the beginning, this was a really beautiful relationship, but then somebody else entered the picture. That's how it feels. So things changed. There was a tower moment. See, this Knight of Cups is heading right towards this tower moment. The relationship was blown up, and this is what leaves you single, holding on to onto that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, and ready to enter a new life cycle without the toxic energy. So under the Five of Cups, the card of hope, because turning around, there's always hope here in this card. It's not the end of all love. There's more waiting for you out there. And we know that because there's a divine soulmate out there waiting for you. And when they come in with their cup, you're going to know it. You're going to feel that connection. It's going to be different, okay? You're going to know the truth. I have the Ace of Swords here. This is all about truth and clarity through conversation. This is right next to the Hangman. So let's look around the Hangman. There is a new soulmate coming in. You are becoming your full, beautiful self that you are. And there's truth and clarity. It's like a clear mind. You're moving forward with a clear mind. And it's right next to the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords has their sword up. This is air, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Might be strong in your chart or strong in somebody else's chart around this reading. And I feel like this might be who's coming in. If they don't have air in their chart, they are... Oh, I really feel like they might have air in their chart someplace. But you are in self-protectant mode. You have your sword up. You have your sword up here, truth and clarity. And you're going to seek the truth and clarity about the new love offer that comes in. Okay? So I told you, they're coming in with a new love offer. And this is going to be a divine soulmate, not the old energy. All right? This card is right above the King of Swords. And right next to the King of Swords. So on one side, you're seeking the truth and the clarity, and your guard is up about this when they first come in, all right? And you're confused because you have this tower moment that's still on your mind. This is right below the tower. So you get anxious, you get confused, and just all up in your head about this. But it's because you need the truth. You need the clarity about whether this is a sincere love offer, whether this is going to go anyplace, or whether or not, or it's going to blow up again, just like the last one. So, wow. Okay, so that's what I have for you here so far, except I'm going to pull one more card for clarification. I do see a soulmate. I do think they're a little further down the road. I think right now you're getting rid of the toxic energy. You're focusing on yourself. You're becoming yourself. And you are really looking forward to this new life cycle. And you are ready to go. But then, in comes a soulmate. And I mean a divine soulmate with a love offer. You will be on guard about that. Take out a card. The Ten of Pentacles. Well, you know what? This new soulmate that's coming in, this divine soulmate, they have pentacles. They have 10 of them. Remember, you were looking at the pentacle here. This person is not committable. It's never going to happen. They're messing around. They're going out with other people. Whatever the deal was there. The Ten of Pentacles is a secure and stable relationship between two people with commitment, family. It can be a card of marriage. It's a great card in the tarot deck, and it is absolutely overpowering this devil energy, and it lands right on that Page of Pentacles that you've had your eye on. So this soulmate that's coming in, and it's after, this is kind of like a story. Things have to go, they have to kind of evolve. Getting out of the toxic relationship, working on yourself, looking forward to your new life cycle, and actually entering a new life cycle without the toxic energy, then income. And you're going to seek your truth and your clarity about it because you're not going to trust it right at first. But you are going to find out they're going to have a lot of love. They're a divine soulmate. There's going to be a really strong connection. I think this is also a card of marriage. So is the Ten of Pentacles. And I think you're going to have a loving and grounded relationship with the next person who comes in with a real sincere love offer. So I would be looking forward to that. I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is like a progression within the next few months. It's going to happen. So Pisces, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.